So welcome to this episode, or should I say welcome home. This is my living room. One of the privileges I think I actually have as a sailor these days. I'm gonna show you how it was to clear in to Martinique, so stay tuned. Wow, I had a really beautiful sail. The only thing, it was maybe too short. I wish it was longer because it was just so nice to be out sailing again. Anyway, I'm here in Martinique. I'm prepared to go and get my brain tickled. Yeah, you know, the thing they put up your nose to check if you have COVID or not. Can't say I'm looking forward to it, but it's part of the procedures to get cleared in. So my dinghy is out. I'm ready to go into Le Marin to get my COVID test and documentation and clear in.
But first, it was time to make some coffee and a solid breakfast. Always carrying a lot of food on board, because you never know until next time you will be able to go ashore for shopping. I had almost forgotten how much it actually rains here. Luckily, these showers normally are done pretty fast, and I do still have time before I head to dinghy into Le Marin. It's a little bit weird actually, but I had to ask around a little bit to find the office where I could take my COVID test. Just the fact that there is actually no control and I can walk around, even trying to find the office by myself. Luckily, I'm pretty sure I come from an island with almost no cases, so I was pretty sure that I did not have any COVID. But just knowing that I could be a person with COVID walking freely around and infect other people is to me a little bit weird. And also in a big contrast to last time I tried to enter this country. And it's time to get my brain tickled with a stick up my nose.
So I'm just done with my COVID test and I will get it back 3 o'clock this afternoon. I'm a little bit surprised that I can actually walk around freely. It was actually pretty hard to find this office. Normally everywhere else I've been, it's the first thing you have to do, and it's in the dock in a sealed area, and you cannot access the island until you have your antigen test come back negative. But I guess they trust sailors, so I don't know.
And only impressive 5 hours later, my test was ready, but I had to walk myself 10 minutes to find the laboratory. And luckily the test was negative. I was pretty sure though, but you never know. So with a negative COVID test in my pocket and all the ship documents, I could go to St. Anne. And there is a tiny little snack bar that you can do clear in, and it's very easy, and also the cheapest place in Martinique. And in the Caribbean, it's lock it or lose it. Everything is very easy and convenient here in normal times, especially clearing in process, as it's normally the easiest in the whole Caribbean. And if you have messed up your crew list, you can always sail to a French island and sort it out again. After dropping off my garbage, it's time to get some euros in my pocket, as it's mostly cash around here, and I would like to have some baguettes, cheese and maybe some beer for my sundowner. Every time I'm in Martinique, I prefer to clear in here in St. Anne. Not only to save 2 euros, but the owner of the snack bar is a very friendly guy.
So I'm on my way to check in, and it's super convenient here. The dinghy dock is just behind me there, and the place when you can do self-service check-in is just around the corner. And one of the good things that's so easy in France is you can do your self-check-in. So you just do it on the computer. And now I'm in a place called Snack Babou, where they have really delicious food, and also is the cheapest place to do self-check-in.
Basically do everything yourself, and when you print out the document you bring it to the cashier, get it stamped, signed, and you pay €3 and you're done.
So I just cleared in and are on my way to the beach. Down there you can see the most popular anchorage in the whole Martinique.
This anchorage is in front of the beautiful beach of St. Anne. It's also the location of the famous shipwreck on the beach. It's normally good protection, but sometimes it can be a little bit rolly. So this time I'm inside of Le Marin, just on the other side. The old sailboat is still here and have a little bit more paintings than last time I saw it. I'm still a little bit surprised they don't clean up and remove this from this beautiful beach. Maybe it's a tourist attraction, I don't know. A long walk on this beautiful beach and had a lunch at a really nice beach bar. It's several methods you can use to avoid to have your dinghy under the pontoon. Because if you come in on low tide and your dinghy end up under the pontoon, it can be quite a challenge to get it out again. So I prefer to use my tiny dinghy anchor. Back on board be free, and I could now prepare to leave the quarantine anchorage. And as I'm a very lucky person, I have friends also here. They have invited me to dinner this evening. But before I'm moving Be Free over to my friends, I want to tell you a little bit about my decisions and why I ended up in Martinique. Not only because Martinique is kind of a European island, but I also have a lot of friends here. And believe it or not, also quite a lot of good memories from this island. But that's not the main reason.
So why did I choose to sail non-stop from Carriacou to Martinique? I mean, there are so many beautiful places on the way. You have the Grenadines with Tobago Cays, maybe the most famous one. And the thing is that if you want to visit Tobago Cays, you have to sail first north to St. Vincent, clear in there, and then you can sail down to the Tobago Cays again. However, clearing in to St. Vincent required a PCR test upon departure from Carriacou, 72 hours ahead. And in Grenada, a PCR test cost around $140. Also, you have to stay on a mooring ball in St. Vincent for approximately 10 days in quarantine at a cost of $20 per night. So that would add up $200 more. And then you have to hire an agent to do the clearing for you and the paperwork, which you also have to pay for, and you have to pay for a new PCR test when you're done with your quarantine. So in total for me that would add a cost of $500 to $550 just to make a short stop in St. Vincent. And if I wanted to cruise to Tobago Cays, I would need to pay a cruising fee as well. So I've been there before, and that's why I choose not to stop there. And from some of my friends that's already there, I got information that COVID numbers is increasing rapidly, and also that 4 or 5 of my friends already are infected by the COVID virus. So in total that kind of was not tempting to go there. Not only the price, but also the fact that the COVID number was rising. So the next stop I could done would be St. Lucia, which is a friendly island, and they actually, without saying it, somehow accept that people are doing a stopover just to sleep and rest and continue their sailing, as long as they don't go ashore. And this is in big contrast to a lot of other islands that actually give you high penalties, and some even throw you in prison. So it's nowadays you should be really careful not to violate any borders or take some shortcuts. You should do your research and make sure you are outside of the territorial water and not interfere with national rules and regulations. So end of the day, to me Martinique sounds like the best option, also because it's very cheap to check in here, only €3, and it's a beautiful island. I have a lot of friends here, and it's very convenient for my future projects. I have some small projects going on, and also it's a very nice place to stock up on groceries, not only cheese and baguettes, but a lot of other stuff as well. Anyway, later out in this video I'm gonna show you a little bit about how it is here in Martinique at the moment. But now it's time for me to move the boat before the sun sets, and I'm gonna hit the shower and visit my friends that's invited me for dinner.
Hallo! Velkommen! Ja.
I'm just trying to find a space to drop my anchor and have enough space to swing around on the anchor chain. And just after I dropped my hook and was ready, prepared to hit the shower, a new rain shower arrived here in Martinique. But normally it passed pretty fast.
Hello! Ahoy there! Hey, what's cooking?
Hello! We got some burgers coming.
Nice!
I forgot to tell you they're vegetarian burgers, by the way.
Thanks. Wow, Nicole, this looks amazing.
Yeah, I hope it tastes good.
Does it look
There's some more
vegetarian?
Go.
So, wow, thank you so much for inviting me.
Thanks for coming.
It's awesome. Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers.
I also have a very good YouTube channel you might want to check out. And the next morning my American friend Sean with his ML shoves up and drops his anchor close to me. It's not always so easy with bigger boats in a compact anchorage and to calculate your space to swing around, but he did it just flawless. However, it took not long time after Sean arrived we all were told by the police in a very friendly and polite way if you could please move. They were expecting a huge barge that was coming into the marina. And of course we moved right away, and I wanted to change my location anyway. So Sean and I moved closer to the east side of St. Anne, and it's so much better with space and deep water, allowing me to feed 100 meters of chain in 20 meters depth. Almost 400 kilos in total including anchor. Sometimes it can be pretty windy here, so I prefer to be anchored a place with more room for swinging around with lots of chain out. And what's better than having no other boats blocking this amazing view and the stunning sunsets? At the moment it's not much reminding you about the pandemic that's shutting down the rest of the world. Here it almost looks like business as usual. People are out racing with dinghies, and even bigger charter catamarans seems to fill up for day charters. Probably good for the income and business on the island. And talking about sunsets, it takes me over to the nightlife here. It's also business as usual, and not many seems to care about wearing face masks. At table it's not required, but they do actually require it for entering bars and restaurants. And you can get the fine if you are in public places without one. I'm not saying this is either right or wrong, I'm just sharing what I experience here and now. And people seems to be very happy. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay safe and take care, and hope to see you back soon.